A Dynasty Trust. That's the topic of this Invest Minute in today's general finance lesson. How they work, are they useful, why some people might have a different opinion. I'm Jonah. I'm one of the banking bros here at the Cash Compound, and I'm cracking the code today on this saving and investment term, Dynasty Trusts.
You are now tuned to the banking bros. Said we couldn't make it, 3 settled, this the life we chose. Gave a lot of game, we never got a lot of things. Bow your head and say the prayer, we taught you how to be the bank.
Grantors often fund Dynasty Trusts with life insurance or assets expected to appreciate. The Dynasty Trust allows the grantor to preserve wealth and to provide financial support for family members and future generations. And in my opinion, most importantly, avoid federal estate tax over many generations. So here's how it works. Because the trust benefits grandchildren and family members not yet born, grantors must use the GSTT. And if you're not familiar with that, it's the Federal Gift, Estate, and Generation Skipping Transfer Taxes exemption to offset or absorb any tax liability. In 2023, it was $12.92 million or $25.84 million for a married couple. At least one trustee must be located in the state where the trust is located, and one trustee should be a corporate entity for the sake of continuity. Trustees should invest conservatively and distribute assets based on need, and if needed, the grantor can use a spendthrift provision to protect assets from creditors and ex-spouses of beneficiaries. Now here's why it's useful. Not very many states permit trusts to last hundreds of years or more. By minimizing the effect of the federal gift, estate, and generation skipping transfer taxes, GSTT, a Dynasty Trust protects wealth, allowing greater amounts of family treasure to reach successive generations. And here's why some don't like this plan. Establishing a trust can have benefits and drawbacks depending on your financial situation. If you have significant assets and wish to create a legacy of wealth for your family, a Dynasty Trust might be a good idea. It's best, of course, to talk with an attorney familiar with trust to see if which one works for you and your circumstances. So, what might the disadvantages be of a Dynasty Trust? Well, you lose control of all the assets within the trust because the trust is irrevocable. Additionally, you cannot change the terms of the trust once it's created. Now, here are my thoughts. It can be pretty tough to navigate if a trust is better than a will, if you should use a revocable trust or irrevocable trust, or wow, a great video on Dynasty Trust. Do I put my life insurance inside those or not? Who should be the trustees? Should I transfer my rentals? Or, okay, what about my primary residence? I know that should go in the trust. What about family foundations? I don't suggest you make all these decisions on your own. My advice is to use a trusted professional when exploring these options. Now, I absolutely love avoiding probate in most cases, which is why a lot of people look into trusts in the first place. On our channel, we teach the infinite banking concept, which absolutely avoids probate in most cases. And if you haven't heard of that before, it's utilizing the guaranteed growth and cash flows from life insurance without any risk of market forces. Now, because these private banks are built inside of insurance policies, that means that one day I too will be passing a substantial benefit to the next generation. The difference will be that life insurance proceeds are not considered ordinary income, and therefore I don't have any concern of capital gains, gift, or estate taxes. However, through our lifetime, my lifetime, we actually use the guaranteed cash flows from these personal and private infinite banking policies to fund the purchases of other income-producing assets. Those assets must also be passed on after our graduation from this world, and because of this reason, Dynasty Trust can be a great option to explore. Now, you can personally click the link in the description of the video to see how you too can have guaranteed cash flows that you can use to purchase income-producing assets. So, are you ready for it in under 60 seconds? Here's your Dynasty Trust Invest Minute. A Dynasty Trust is an irrevocable trust that leverages the gift tax annual exclusion, the unified credit, and the GSTT exemption to protect as much wealth as possible from the impact of the federal estate tax over many generations. You can subscribe to this channel, and you can join us for our next Invest Minute when I break down quickly qualified personal residence trusts.